Bulavinaka, my name is Litia and I'm from the beautiful island of Laos and I love listening to Today FM. Today FM rocks.
My name is Casey, I'm from Tabua. We love Today FM in Tabua. Today FM rocks.
My name is Selina, I'm from Tavenga Vengamba. I love listening to Today FM. Today FM rocks.
Pula, my name is Carlo. I love listening to the music in Today FM, in Malak Island. Today FM rock.
Today's hit music on Today FM.
In the news tonight, ATS saga continues. Nationwide digital TV platform launched. And Fiji Airways unveils new 3D pavement art.
From the studios of FBC Suva, Jackie Smith.
Attorney General Ayaz Said Qayyum has this afternoon told FBC News that those air terminal service staff who illegally walked off their jobs to attend a meeting have lost their positions in the company. The strike has also been declared illegal by the Industrial Relations Minister Choneo Somate.
Of course, since then the people who had walked off from their posts have said that they want to get back to work. Of course, because of the fact that they were left their positions, the management have said that they need to be issued with letters regarding their conduct and subsequent suspension. The officials of the union refused to accept the letter, and thus those people still have not gone to work.
The illegal walkout by some air terminal services staff has entered the third day in Nandi. The walkout by staff, which has affected the operations at the Nandi International Airport up until now, has no end in sight, despite being ruled illegal. FBC journalist Felipe Naikaso joins us live from Nandi. Felipe, what is the situation on the ground and has there been any development late this afternoon?
Yes, thank you very much, Jackie. Breaking news right now as the ATS board chair has just met with ATSET and FASA, the representatives of these workers who had walked out illegally on Saturday. So if you could just tell us a little bit more about what had transpired during the meeting just a while ago.
Well, a few hours ago I got a call from the officials of the union, and they said they wanted to meet me, and I've come here and I've asked them what they want, what their plan of action is, and they said they've got a lot of grievances, we're willing to look at it, and they want their workers to go back to work. And that's fine, and we want everyone to go back to work because we don't want to embarrass Fiji any longer. We don't want to put flights in jeopardy. We want Fiji's reputation as a tourist destination to be upheld. And that is the reason why we've discussed, and I've said to them that if they want everyone to go back to work, then those people who walked off their jobs, who abandoned their positions over the weekend, they must all sign a letter just saying exactly that they abandoned their jobs on Saturday, that they made a mistake, they shouldn't have done it, that they were misinformed and possibly ill-advised to do so, and they now realize they made a mistake, and that when they go back to work, that the management may take some disciplinary action against them.
So, what happens with these workers? They're out here. What happens, currently with the situation? What does this mean?
Well, the ball's in their court, right? The union now has to decide what to do. I've given them until tonight to do that. They will now write a letter and send it to me in a draft form. And if we're satisfied that it says what I've just told you that it should say, then everyone who worked off their jobs would have to sign it, and once they've done it, then everyone will be allowed back in. Because remember, this is not a lockout. They have been suspended because they abandoned their position. It's like in any other company. If you're working and in the middle of the work you decide to leave your position and not tell anyone why you're going, where you're going, when you will be back, then it is deemed to have be that you have left or abandoned your position, and that is a disciplinary matter, and that's what we've been said, and that's why they were served with suspension letters on Saturday. So in the meantime, the airport is open. All the stakeholders have come together, Air New Zealand, Fiji Airways, ATS, AFL and other airlines as well, and we are coping. We are coping as best as we can, and we will be able to cope for a bit longer as well, because the fact of the matter is that the airport must open and it should open. So, we won't be pushed into a corner with a gun on our heads. We're saying, yes, we want people to resume their work. We want you to come back to your jobs. We can resume on talks that any grievances that you have, we will talk about it in a civilized manner, but not in this way. You have to come back to work first, but you have to sign a letter saying what you've done. You have to acknowledge the fact that they did walk off their job. And the union is saying, no, they just attended a meeting. You can't say that. And there was no notice given for the meeting, either to ATS management, or I don't know whether the notice was given to the members as well, whether a meeting was going to be taking place, because everyone got caught by surprise. I even met Felix Anthony just a while ago, and I said, look, what's happening? And he said, oh, even I was caught by surprise on Saturday. I didn't know this was happening. So the fact of the matter is that they want to go back to work. We want to have them back at work, but it must be acknowledged that they acknowledge the fact that they did something that they were not supposed to do. And in the meantime, you know, I mean, if this goes on for longer, ATS is not a monopoly. It can't function like this. And the fact of the matter is that other companies who are stakeholders at our international airport, they could go ahead and start their own ground handling company, their own catering, etc., etc. Nothing can stop them. There's nothing in the law to stop other companies from doing that. And if that is done, then what happens? Then ATS's work reduces. Then we need less staff. Then we have to let go of staff. You know, it's going to hurt these people. And these are ordinary workers. And you know, sometimes maybe I think they're being misinformed and ill-advised as well. They want to have jobs. Everyone wants to have a job. You want to have a job. I want to have a job. So the thing is that this shouldn't accumulate and escalate into a situation where there's not enough work for these people. And if this carries on, I fear that the stakeholders will go ahead and form their own companies and start doing similar work that ATS is doing. It's not nice.
So thank you very much, sir, for the insight into the meeting that you just had with the stakeholders. Jackie.
Thanks so much for that, Felipe. The government's vision to allow Fijians to access top-notch television coverage for free through its digital platform has taken another step forward. The nationwide rollout for the Walesi digital platform took place in Nadi today, with Fijians taking a keen interest in the changing dynamics of television in the country. Ritika Pratap reports.
Fijians around the country will now be able to watch 8 channels on free-to-air television.
Needs to be able to access news. They need to be able to access information. They need to be able to access, of course, entertainment too.
The digital platform has already gone live in many areas in Vitilevu, with most enjoying the digital experience.
Suvarnasori Corridor, Navua, Ngalo to Singatoga Town to Latoka, Tavua up to Daunivi Village, Greater Rakiraki, Matai Levu, up towards Upper Tailevu area, Bua area near Nassau Village to Sololo Village, extending up to the coast towards Savu Town, in Tavyuni, Vunise and Kandavu. All of these areas now are connected through digital Walesi through terrestrial means. By the 20th of December, Levuka Town will be connected. By the 25th of December, the Greater Ba area up to Navala Village will be connected. Interior Tavua up to Vatukola, and the Greater Lambasa area will also be connected.
Syed Kayum says the Walesi company has already bought space through satellite companies, so people who have a dish can also access these channels. The government plans to deploy high-frequency dishes on remote islands.
In Dikumbia on the 15th of Jan, Koro 29th of Jan, Ngau on the 5th of February, Vanumbalawa 26th of February, Lakemba 12th of February, Oni Lao on the 19th of February, and parts of Kandawu that do not get terrestrial coverage on the 26th of February, Didhia, Matuku, Totoya, Yasawa Islands. All of these areas will get these dishes that we'll be placing there, where they'll also be able to send back information.
The rollout announcement, which included distribution of free Walesi set-top boxes, is also creating the buzz amongst Fijians.
I was listening to the radio and I entered the draw to win the Walesi, and I thank God that my name was picked.
Now every interior people, they can get access to TV channel. The clear picture is there and I'm really happy with it.
It's been a while. We didn't watch TV at home. Now my kids can watch good programs, which is good for their education as well.
I thank the Walesi TV for installing my TV in my home and also giving a free aerial and didn't spend a cent at all.
Currently, there are 3 FBC channels. 2 of Fiji TV, My TV has 1, while there is also a Parliament channel along with the religious channel, which are all live on the Walisi platform. Ritika Pratap, FBC News.
Fiji Airways this afternoon launched the country's first 3D pavement art, which will be enjoyed by every visitor to Nandi's International Airport. This art form was invented by US-based master artist Kurt Wenner, who's created many very popular 3D art scenes around the world in more than 50 countries. The art is created in a 40-square-metre scene that captures the essence of Fiji and Fiji Airways. This form of art can be found in most international airports around the world.
From the right point of space, all three of the panels join into one image, and the people sitting on the ground will appear as if they're flying through the air in business class Fiji Airways seats, which I can personally attest to are some of the most comfortable seats you could possibly make a flight in.
The staff of Airports Fiji Limited this afternoon received a bonus payout of close to $745,000. While handing out the bonus payout, Minister for Aviation Ayaz Said Qayyum says the bonus reflected the employees' hard work. Said Qayyum said the bonus was only possible with AFL staff keeping the momentum of their work at a high standard. He said the bonus is also timely as Christmas is just around the corner.
That all of you play different roles. All of you need to do your roles well, and all of you will get rewarded. AFL really has become a shining example of what actually can be done in a state-owned enterprises.
Still to come, Speaker of Parliament reveals 2018 plans. And Suva Christmas sales hits peak. Stay with us.
Bula, kera mai singatoka, kera ndo talita kana varorong na Radio Fiji 1 and domoy viti.
Ayaw na rin siya. Kombinasyon ko la ndo talita kana Radio Fiji 1 kina domoy viti.
Kaya kuyazo sila tale, nagurara may nawamanyi, nandunga. Gitu talita gini ang gabibina sa vale, nagudurong barong na Radio Fiji 1 na domoy viti.
Na Radio Fiji 1 na domoy viti na bonga ni BNN.
Speaker of Parliament Dr. Chico Luveni has clarified that she will not contest the 2018 elections. She could continue in her parliamentary role. In an exclusive interview for FBC News, Maggie Boyle sat down with the Speaker and filed this report.
My impartiality.
She's held the reins of a novice parliament that has had to progressively work to establish the House of Representatives.
I remain Speaker until the day just before the new parliament sits. That is when I will put in my resignation.
With Parliament heading into its final term, FBC News asked the Speaker if she would continue.
Yeah, I can be re-elected if that is the wish of the winning party, but it depends.
While there have been many highs from reigniting Parliament after a lapse of 8 years, Dr. Luveni says there is still much work to be done.
The population's understanding of Parliament and the rules and procedures of Parliament. The population needed to be more familiar.
Parliament is expected to resume in February next year, with close to 60 bills to be deliberated on. Maggie Boyle, FBC News.
An 18-year-old man from Lami who was alleged to have raped a 24-year-old woman after a drinking session will have his case heard in the Suva High Court. The accused is charged with 1 count of rape. The alleged offence is said to have occurred Thursday morning last week after the accused and 3 of his friends met the victim in a Suva nightclub and invited her to have a few drinks. The accused has been remanded until January 12th. It's the season to be jolly, but it's also the season for shopping. With less than a week until Christmas Day, shop owners are ordering as much merchandise as they can to allow Fijians to buy everything they want before Christmas. Anna Ravula visited the busy capital today and filed this report.
It's been a hectic week for business owners with a countdown to Christmas, but attracting more customers to buy their Christmas goodies is top of the priority list.
Preparation has been really busy, getting new products, we've been getting new stuff for back to school, so people are getting more smarter. They're, instead of buying for Christmas, doing Christmas and back to school.
Every day the shop is always full, that's what our boss expects.
earning a lot of profit during this festive season.
Many shops and supermarkets are also expected to extend opening hours to provide for last-minute shoppers. One of Suva's well-known barber shops says they expect more customers too.
The shop was really busy. We were not expecting that much, but it was an expectation that a lot of people were coming, buying materials, Christmas stuff, school stuff, all coming at the same time. This week, we're really expecting more, since it's really on this Christmas week, so probably yes.
We're preparing for Christmas as well, and we know that customers enjoy getting their hair cut in our barber shop, and we would like to wish everyone a Merry Christmas.
It's crunch time for most of these shops, which means they will be working late most days just for their customers. Anna Ravulo, FBC News.
Meanwhile, a Christmas cake competition was organised by FBC's Radio Fiji 2 today to provide an opportunity for people to showcase their talents. This also provided a platform for people to make new friends and share ideas for the festive season. The competition was open to the public, and the theme for the competition was Christmas. 25 women from the Kandavo province have been selected by the Fiji Arts Council to be part of next year's Fiji Women's Expo. Council representative Ninga Tuvuki says they were selected based on their creativity and the quality of their craft. Sainani Boiler reports.
The women participants are being urged to ensure their craft work is up to par, as they will be representing the province at the national level.
It has to be of local materials. Some of them has to be 100%, which is locally done, locally made, locally brought from all our materials that's all around us. And with the contemporary ones, it's just like part of it, say about 30% or 3% even, to be integrated into the what is Fijian crafted as well.
Kandavo Women's President Bulo Luciana says this will be a great opportunity for the women to showcase their talents on what the province is well known for.
What we have women in Kandavo we have now can take us here, take us to other countries. What we are known for, imbe, some handcrafts here, sewing and kesa and all that. We were happy because he stressed us on three things: our mind, what we do with our hands, and our heart. All this goes together, we can create nice mats, sewing, kesa and all that.
23 out of the 25 women will be participating in the National Expo for the first time. Sainiani Mboila, FBC News.
Ahead in sports with Millie, Fijian shine in Championship Cup, but we now join Akusita Tale for the latest in business.
Thanks, Jackie. Good evening. Coming up, tax amnesty to end December 31st. And in growing, Fiji Carpenters 13-story tower to be completed in 16 months. Stay with us.
Moala ranalika au tikongona taunu singatoka ando talitaka na vagaronga na Bull FM number 2 na serre.
We adora chubuli kurnambili. Borani batukara hambara binanga. Do talitaki na vagaronga na Bull FM number 2 na serre. Bula.
Bull FM number 2 na serre.
Leading business tonight, the Fiji Revenue and Customs Service is advising the public the tax amnesty will end on December 31st. Tax amnesty includes a waiver of penalties on registration, outstanding returns and tax payments for any taxable period prior to December 31st, provided taxes are fully paid and outstanding returns are lodged before the end of the amnesty period. Chief Executive Isvanath Das says the program, which began on June 30th, is aimed at providing relief to taxpayers with annual gross income of less than $1.5 million. It aims to assist those who face genuine financial difficulties to take this opportune time in updating their records with FRCS. Penalties that qualify for waiver includes late lodgement, late payment, failing to maintain proper records, and penalties for insufficient advance payment penalty. And we now join Sharon from HFC Bank with the latest from the money market.
Thank you. Let's review the action on the South Pacific stock market last week.
231,978 shares changed hands in 93 transactions, amounting to $600,764 in busy trading. Freebet Institute shares increased by 0.4% to a new all-time high price of $2.49. FMF shares rose 0.96%, ending the week at $1.05, while Paradise Beverages gained 0.64% to close at $12.60. RB Patel shares rose to a new all-time high of $4.28 after seeing an increase of 0.47%. And shares of the Rice Company of Fiji ended the week at $4.10, up by 1.74%. Vision Investment shares bounced back to its all-time high price of $2.78 with an increase of 2.96%. Similarly, Fijian Holdings saw a bounce back to $5.10 following an increase of 0.39%. The overall market capitalization rose by 0.76% and concluded the week at a new maximum value of $1.7 billion. And that's the wrap from our local stock market. Thank you.
Thanks, Sharon. Now looking at today's currency exchange rate set this morning for the Fijian dollar, it rose against the Australian dollar, the euro and the Chinese yuan, but dipped slightly against the New Zealand dollar and others. And as for the commodities market, oil prices rose to $57.32 a barrel, gold was up to $1,254 per ounce, and silver rose to 16.2 an ounce. The Carpenters Group of Companies' 13-story tower, to be built on top of the MHCC car park by the Carpenters Group of Companies, is expected to be completed in the next 16 months. Company Director Daniel Whippy confirms a contract was issued to a company late last month. It said the building, to be known as Carpenters Tower, will be a landmark development for the capital city. Whippy says the Carpenters Group is investing around $51 million in constructing the tower.
It will be the only building in Fiji that will have a fully glass facade encasing the whole building. So, and we have a good lineup of tenants, and the things that we offer in this new development is not being offered in Fiji. So one of the things that we offer there is a real 5-star lobby, and you don't get that kind of thing offered here in Fiji.
And that's business this evening. Now to sports. Here's Melly with the latest.
Thank you, Akusita. Good evening. Up ahead in sports. Fasanok disappointed with some sporting federations. And FNRL to be New South Wales Cup B team on Wednesday. These and more coming up.
मैं प्रेमिला वायरुकू रेकी रेकी से सुबह मेरी आँख खुलती है तो मैं मिर्ची एफएम सुनती हूँ। मिर्ची एफएम इज नंबर 1। इट्स सो हॉट।
हम लोग बार टाउन के कैरियर ड्राइवर लोगों ने हम लोग के मिर्ची एफएम सुनो अच्छा लगे। मिर्ची एफएम इज हॉट। हाय, मैं संध्या नारिया रेफरी से मेरे सारे दोस्त मिर्ची एफएम सुनते हैं। मिर्ची एफएम इज हॉट। आई लव मिर्ची एफएम। हमें स्पिन तो हुआ कि मिर्ची एफएम में सबसे अच्छा गाना बजे। मिर्ची एफएम इट्स हॉट।
Fasanok Chief Executive Lorraine Ma is not happy with few local sports organizations which failed to participate in the recent Pacific Minigames in Vanuatu. Ma told FBC Sports that she understands they didn't attend the games due to other commitments, but says it would have made a big difference if they had participated. Fasanok Chief Executive Lorraine Ma says lack of participants on our team at the games may have affected their rankings.
If we look at athletics, there were a number of events where we did not field athletes. And so basically we were giving medals away. It's a real pity that karate did not attend the games, because if we go by the 2015 performance of karate, I think that would have made a huge difference.
Fiji finished third at the games, and Ma believes we could have done better.
We did very well. I believe that we could have done a little bit better if we had taken some of the sports who didn't go. And perhaps if we had fielded athletes in more events.
However, Team Fiji's chef de mission, Wayne O'Connor, says the athletes who were there did their utmost in the two-week meet.
The managers felt that they had a mission to accomplish, and their mission was to come out tops. We didn't quite reach there, but we came out third. And overall, I think everyone is pleased with their performances.
Fiji last won the Pacific Minigames in Cook Islands in 2009. Beli Tabanga, FBC Sports. The Fiji Sevens players who just returned from the Pacific Minigames are in camp preparing for the Sydney Sevens. Coach Gareth Baber says he's expecting stiff competition between the players before selecting his final squad for the next World Rugby Sevens Series leg. Sunil Prasad reports.
20 players are expected to be in camp to prepare for the Sydney and Hamilton Sevens. Coach Gareth Baber has high expectations.
More numbers than just obviously the 13, 14 that travel with us. The reality is that you want to be making sure that when you're coaching, both from an S&C perspective but also a rugby perspective, that the players are getting the most they can in terms of exposure to you as a coach.
Despite Fiji settling for a silver medal at the mini-games, Baber was happy with their performance in Vanuatu.
There's some 18, 19-year-olds in that who have handled themselves very well, and some players now who I think are putting themselves in the picture from their performance in Vanuatu and within training.
Captain Jerry Tuai says the World Rugby Sevens series is getting tougher every leg. He says all teams are determined to win, so competition will be tough.
South Africa is the most experienced team in the World Series right now. And the team, there's a lot of new boys.
Sydney is the next stopover for the national team, and they are pooled with New Zealand, Samoa and Russia. Sunil Prasad, FBC Sports.
Fiji Airways Flying Fijians winger Nemani Nandolo scored a try and assisted in two as Montpellier defeated Nicola Matawalu's Glasgow Warriors by 36-26 in the Champions Cup. Leinster captain Isa Nadewa contributed 17 points for the side as they defeated the Chiefs by 22-17 in the Champions Cup. Nadewa kicked 5 penalties and a conversion to help his side secure the victory. Flying Fijian star lock and offload king Leone Nakarao plus French winger Virimi Vakatawa also scored tries for Racing 92 in the competition. Racing defeated Castor 29-7 and are in hunt for a Champions Cup quarterfinal. The Fiji National Rugby League Board will meet Petero Divunideva and his Fiji New South Wales Cup B team on Wednesday to clarify on some issues.
This board would like to see that there are a little bit more issues clarified. We want to know who's going to be taking ownership of the license, what is the present board membership of that legal structure is at the moment. Because let's face it, this is going to be a long-term commitment for FNRL. We don't want to be seen 10 years, 5 years down the line to be a board that did not do diligence at all.
New players in the Fiji men's hockey team proved themselves at last week's Oceania Challenge Cup Hockey Championship tournament. Head coach Hector Smith says the goal now is to prepare them for major international tournaments next year. Luciano Tangidakimba reports.
Head coach Hector Smith says they will provide training schedule for players for the upcoming international tournaments.
Get a program going for them and have a decent competition, maybe World Series round 1 next year in Asia, where we can get top-level competition. And these kind of games will encourage them to come back, because if they have a walkover, then they're not searching for that type of competitions.
Smith says that despite their inexperience, the new players still managed to live up to the standard required.
A lot of new boys here, and they stood up to the test. And we're missing 1 or 2 of our experienced players, but we have no regrets. We're very, very happy about exposing these players.
Team captain Hector Smith Jr. says the championship tournament has opened doors for new players in the team.
It's really good, definitely. Yeah. Exposing new players is something that we definitely always look at doing. Good opportunities. We're very fortunate to have these teams coming down. We're lucky enough to be a part of it. The boys really played really well.
The Fiji men's hockey team came fourth in the Oceania Challenge Cup. Luciana Tangitakimbao, FBC Sports.
Australian Footy League Fiji will soon release the South Pacific Nations team list that will be played in the 2018 AFL Queensland Under-16 competition. Around Players in the AFL Fiji tribe under 15 who played in the Oceania Cup last week are expected to make it into the squad. A total of 25 players from participated countries in the Oceania Cup, like Papua New Guinea, Nauru, Vanuatu and Fiji, makes up the South Pacific nations team. Being a minor sport in the country, AFL Fiji commended the effort shown by the Fijian tribe and see how the sport has grown in the country.
Those who are under 15, they will still continue for developing their skill for the next Oceania, because every year the Fiji hosting the Oceania Cup, and it's very fortunate for our young kids to develop their skills, their games.
That's it from Sports Tonight. Join Angie later on with weather. And in new media, right after the break, we take a look at 2 media streamers that made it back onto the Amazon list. That's coming up.
Bula, kerong mai singatoka, kerong do talita kana varorong na Radio Fiji 1 and do moi viti.
Ayaw na rin siya. Kombinasyon mo tikola do talita kana Radio Fiji 1 kana do moi viti.
Ayaw ko ado sila tale. Nagurara may nawamanyi nandunga. Gitu talita gini ang gitu pinasawale po nagundurong barong na Radio Fiji 1 nando moi viti.
Na Radio Fiji 1 nando moi viti na bonga ni BNN.
In new media, Amazon puts up listings for the 2 media streamers that were kicked out of the store back in 2015. Apple TV and Chromecast are coming back to Amazon after a 2-year ban. It's weather time now with Angie.
Hello there and welcome to the Weather World. We are a week away from Christmas. I can feel the excitement already. Well, the low depression which is giving us all this rain is gradually moving away from Fiji, which is good news. Taking a look in the west, it was partly cloudy with brief showers. Eastwards from Pekhabarusuva, there was light rain throughout the day. It looks like the washing got cancelled. And up north, sunshine with clouds were around. At sea, southeast winds 15 to 20 knots with moderate to rough seas. And for the tides, low tide tomorrow morning will be at 1:19 with high tide at 7:36. Sunrise will be at 6:27. For tomorrow, the day has light showers in store. Otherwise, it's all good. Tomorrow's 10th, Suva will be the coolest with highs of 26 degrees. And looking further on to Wednesday, our overstaying guest, the mighty showers can be expected. And that's all from the FBC Weather World. Jackie.
Thanks so much for that, Angie. In Fiji Pulse tonight, we asked, what are you planning to cook on Christmas Day?
This Christmas, I cooked fish, boiled fish with meat, dalo, and green like tumbo ombele.
I'm planning to cook fish with butter and meat, a bit of salad, fruit salad too, preparing fruit salad and potato salad.
I think it will be a simple home meal for Christmas. A bit of curry lamb to go with some fish vakalolo and ro-ro. It's blended with nothing, so it's a simple ro-ro meal.
On Christmas Day, I'm going to boil dalo and cassava and fish and bake buns and scones for breakfast.
Recapping the main stories, ATS saga continues, nationwide digital TV platform launched, and Fiji Airways unveils new 3D pavement art. For these stories and others, you can tune in daily to our sister radio station Gold FM. To our poll question, the results from last week, we had asked, should NCD education be implemented in the school curriculum? 91% said yes. This week we are asking, should more neighbourhood watch zones be set up to counter criminal activities? Visit our FBC website to answer. Before we go, our shot of the day was sent by Alivate Lalatute, and it's the Garden of the Sleeping Giants. Sits at the foothills of the Nausori Highlands, about 10 minutes drive north of Nandi. You can send us newsworthy pictures and videos on email fbcnews@fbc.com.fj or share it with us via Facebook page FBC News. You can also follow and tweet us your news tips at FBC_news or simply hashtag FBC News. That was your FBC News for tonight. From the team and I, stay safe. Good night.
मैं प्रेमिला वायरुकू रेकी से सुबह मेरी आँख खुलती है तो मैं मिर्ची एफएम सुनती हूँ। मिर्ची एफएम इज नंबर 1। इट्स सो हॉट।
हम लोग बार टाउन के कैरियर ड्राइवर लोगों ने हम लोग के मिर्ची एफएम सुनो अच्छा लगे। मिर्ची एफएम इज हॉट।
हाय, मैं संध्या नारियल रेफ्रिकी से। मेरे सारे दोस्त मिर्ची एफएम सुनते हैं। मिर्ची एफएम इज हॉट। आई लव मिर्ची एफएम।
हमें स्पिन तो हुआ कि मिर्ची एफएम में सबसे अच्छा गाना बजे।
मिर्ची एफएम, it's hot.